Do I look like a hot mess? Because I feel like a hot mess. And like I got hit by a truck and then still had to go to work that day. I didn't. It's a metaphor. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube where I talk about being a writer, the books I'm reading, all the things that just kind of go into being an author that you might not see otherwise. Because when you hold the final book, like the book you pull off the bookshelf, it's the final product. You don't see the blood, sweat, and mental breakdowns that have gone into that book. So I wanted to kind of make this little series, or just kind of it's a series, it's a vlog. It's very informal. I barely put makeup on for these things, but just to kind of pull the curtain back about, what it is to be an author, what it means, how we get to the point where we have, our books in our hands, those type of things. And it's been a very long week here for me. Like one of those weeks where like I get home and I don't do anything. I just stare for a little bit. The kind of weeks where I drive home in silence because I need those 20 minutes to decompress. And then I drive to work in silence the next day because I also need more time to decompress. So, needless to say, writing wise, this week has not been very successful. I have done very little writing. I managed to get through one chapter over the course of 3 days. Admittedly, I'm to the point in book 4 where the lore is changing a little bit, and so I'm kind of going back over the lore that I made previously when I thought book 4 was the final book in the series. Now I have book 5, and so I can fluff the lore a little bit more, kind of dig a little deeper and not just be so surface level. So I'm at the point where I need my full brain to be working in order to write effectively. It's not just I'm going over a scene to see if it flows and I can hold my attention. No, it's more I need to be able to use my full creative engine up here. And weeknights, not that night, not the time. I need a full night's sleep and I need a full day ahead of me, which is why I usually just write on Saturdays because my brain is ready to go. I sleep in, I get my cup of coffee. I know I can have a second cup of coffee whenever I want it, and my stress is real low. I have, however, gotten a lot of thinking time in. I've been thinking a lot about book 4 and all the things that I'm going to change, how the ending is going to evolve, how the ending is going to really no, what is the word I want? I don't know. The word is gone. The word is gone that I wanted. It wasn't whatever the word I said. But I have to change the ending of book 4 to move into book 5. It's going to end on kind of a cliffhanger, but I really like where it's at. I have to kind of reformat the lore of book 4 a little bit so that way we kind of leave breadcrumbs so then we can have more of it in book 5 so we can really dig in and uncover more instead of rushing through it to get to the end. I've also gone over the outline for book 5 twice now, and I have scenes kind of blocked out, or I have scenes in mind. I have some of the side characters doing things and having more of an impact on the story. There we go. That's the word I want. It's been a long day, guys. And it was a long day yesterday, too. It's been a series of long days. But again, that's a part of the writing process. You have a lot of thinking time. Me personally, I need a lot of thinking time so I can really build the outline so that way I can move that outline and like write it out basically. So then I have that first draft instead of me. What I would have done 5, 6 years ago was just immediately start writing and then not know where to go. Versus now, I know what I need. I know what I want to have in order to get that outline into first draft mode. So I'm not rushing in and then I have a half finished draft that I don't know what to do with. Today would have been such a nice day to sit home and write instead of going to work because it was rainy. It was a little stormy, and it's one of those nice little spring storms that just I like writing during thunderstorms. Like, not like the severe thunderstorms, but like a nice little spring storm. Maybe because it's all like, the lightning, it's all the energy in the air. But that's my writing update. It's very short because I don't really have a writing update. I haven't really written anything. I spent last Saturday I had to grade first, so I did more grading and I didn't get much writing done. So I'm going back over book 4 to kind of work in like the new ending and the new lore. And I was it's weird because now like I'm transitioning into like a different mindset of writing because I was working so hard to get book 4 done and I was pushing myself to get book 4 done within like a certain time. And now I don't have that because I hit that wall of, well, book 4 is actually book 4 and book 5. So now I know there's a lot more work to be done, so I'm not rushing. I don't have that looming threat of like a deadline. It's just it's done when it's done, when I get done with it. Like I've never been the author that needed a deadline. I am the author who obsessively writes and can't stop thinking about the book that she's working on, and I often stay up too late working on that book, even if I don't have a deadline. I don't know. That's how I operate. As for a reading update, I did finish The Familiar. Enjoyed it. It's like a solid 4-star read. Like I enjoyed it. I liked the characters, the writing. It had that historical flair to it, like like you would kind of expect in like a historical setting. It's not my favorite, but I still enjoyed it. I am about halfway through Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I've heard several people now say that the audiobook is fantastic, and I tried to find it. I couldn't find it. But anyway, I've got the ebook and it's fantastic. I'm enjoying it much more than I thought I would because like I have never read like that the lit RPG lit, however that genre is presented. And I don't usually go for like apocalypse type stories. They're just they don't I don't enjoy them. I mean, I just don't. But this one, like, it's just, I think I'm very articulate today. I think it's just how the story is presented and how it's written and the humor that is threaded through the whole thing, that millennial gamer nerd humor. And, like, I enjoyed Dungeons and Dragons that one time that I got to play through one campaign. I don't even think we finished that one campaign. No, we finished it. It was the other one we didn't finish. But anyway, so I really enjoy it. I appreciate the humor. I'm also a gamer, casual gamer. I don't game a lot. I have other things happening. I would love to sit down and play a game again. I keep telling myself that I'm going to sit down and like play some Skyrim to kind of refill that creative tank. Because there have been several story ideas or like scene ideas that like I'll just be casually playing in Skyrim and I'll get to like a location and it's just like, what if this happened here? Then it's like, oh, this is what could happen. And like my brain just kind of starts going. So whenever I'm running low on creativity where they're like, I need like a scene to go somewhere and I just don't really know what kind. Skyrim will have the answer. Oh, it's my audiobook. The audiobook that I'm listening to right now. It's Murder in the Dressing Room. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's a cozy murder mystery. The main character is by day they are Joe working at a hotel. By night they're a drag queen. And then somebody's murdered. And it's kind of like the cozy mystery of like this main character kind of trying to solve the mystery, and it's got this quirkiness to it that I think only like a drag queen can have because I'm really liking the main character, just how like they process and how they move through the world and like how they think and like the humor that they have. I'm just really enjoying it. Like I'm enjoying it a little bit more than I thought I would, which I was really hoping to enjoy it, but I also knew there was like that chance that I would actually really hate it because with cozy mysteries, cozy anything really, it's really hit and miss with me because I need a little bit of drama, but sometimes I don't want drama, but I need an engaging story. And the few times that I have tried to read cozy mystery, cozy fantasy, it always just well, not always. Sometimes it hits like a really badly written Hallmark movie, and I can't. But every once in a while, I'll find one like this one that is really enjoyable with like a really likable main character that I feel like I could be friends with in real life. Or there was one cozy fantasy that I read, The Witches Society. The Irregular Witches Society. It was a long title, but I really enjoyed that one too. Like, I enjoyed that one more than I thought I would. But I'm really enjoying the cozy mystery. And I might have just been needing something, a little Scooby-Doo kind of vibes. I don't know. It hit at the right time. I also started reading something else. Oh, it's the next book in the Defy the Night series by Bridget Kimmerer. I started that series when it came out and I really enjoyed it. And I've just not been in the mood for young adult fantasy since. So I'm going back to that series. I hope to finish that series. I'm only like 2 chapters in. So, I mean, I know I'm going to like it because I've loved every single one of her books that I've read. And it's just, I've had the books on my shelf and I was like, okay, I'm going to commit to finishing this series. And that's really it. I don't have anything big to talk about because I'm not with it enough. It's just been a long week. I've had a headache for the past 3 days. I still kind of have a headache and I haven't been able to write, which sucks, but it's how it goes. You don't write every day. You can't write every day. And it doesn't matter if you have, a spouse and children, a house to look after. Sometimes you just don't write every day. Sometimes you don't feel like it. Sometimes the words just don't flow, and that's okay. The important part is that you don't start making that pattern where there's always some excuse why you can't write today. Like, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, well, I didn't feel good yesterday either. And then every single time you have the opportunity to write, oh, there's some excuse why you go watch Netflix instead, or you go turn on the PlayStation instead. Just any number of those excuses of why you just don't feel like writing. Because if you never feel like writing, then something's got to change, right? If you want to finish that book, you want to be the author, then you have to write and you have to carve out that time. Like I have never had this problem of having to carve out time to write. I have always just been like the exact opposite of like, okay, I've spent 12 hours here at my computer on this Saturday working on this book. I need to go do other things. The bathroom needs to be cleaned. The trash needs to be taken out. I need to shower. I haven't eaten in 6 hours. And I think it was on the series that Brandon Sanderson did on YouTube, like the channel. It's not a book, but he did like a what's the word I want? Lecture series. And one of the things he talked about was how he knew he wanted to be an author because he enjoyed the busy work of being an author, and how he could sit down at his computer and spend 6 hours working on a book and not realize 6 hours had gone by, versus at like a day job that he had, how those 6 hours would feel like absolute torture. I am the exact same way. I can sit down and start working on a book in any stage of like writing and not realize that time is going by. Like it's just all of a sudden, oh, the sun is going down. When did that happen? That's kind of how I know like this is what I want to do because I love it so much. I love the busy work. It doesn't feel like work to me. Like it is work. There are some things like there are parts that give me headaches, parts that I don't like doing, but I do them anyway because they're part of the process. All the revisions and all the drafting. Yes, it's headache inducing at times, but I still enjoy it because it is part of the process. It's part of that discovery of like, how do I fix this plot hole? Or how am I going to get these characters over here? Or that moment when you realize these two side characters have really good chemistry and you didn't plan on it, but you're going to run with it. I love the whole process. I think that's gonna do it. I don't really have anything else to talk about. It's been, like I said, it's been a slow week. So I hope you are having a better week than I am. And if you're not, I'm sorry. I hope next week is better for both of us. But until I next week when I do one of these, I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Hope you have a great rest of your week and that the next book you touch is going to be a 5-star read.